Alright, in the meantime, though, we're going to go ahead and get into our video segment that we're literally a week behind, and all the videos that we have here I picked out last week, aside from a couple. So let's get started here in 3, 2 now.
I haven't even gotten in there yet.
Yeah, but you're not missing too much. It's art of the dress in different languages.
Oh, I remember that.
In fact, thinking about it, we don't exactly have a lot of time to see all of these, and I'm slightly paranoid that we're gonna lose our britches on this one at some point, just because the songs are a little, unfortunately, a little heavy, protected at time. You know what? Here's Muffin Pony instead.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that Creature's probably gonna kill me with that transition.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I don't know. Hey, creature in the other chat.
Yeah, you go tell your mommy, but you don't have one.
That was... You know what? Okay, we'll do a quick second here so we can get a proper transition here. And everybody, welcome to the video segment. So, yeah, we already played Muffin Pony. We may try to tack that on there, or maybe the video segment got edited in a way to put it in, or if not, go ahead and check it out. It's fun stuff. You know what? We'll probably play it again. Let's play it again. Let everybody get into the side tube if they haven't yet.
Oh, I should bring that up there.
No stealing.
Do you know what's kind of funny? Pinkie Pie wasn't in that police car.
Yeah, you go tell your mommy, but you don't have one.
Hey, look at that! You too put a free album on my phone. How do I get an album off my phone? Ah, where the hell are you? I got stuck at the airport. You haven't left yet? No, I told a TSA agent my underwear was the bomb. Why would you tell him your underwear is a bomb? No, I didn't say it was a bomb. I said it was the bomb. Now I can't go. Don't worry, I'm sending a liaison. All right, but send him quick. We just got some new information. Remember Miss Nesbit? Oh. How could I forget? Yeah, well, she's sleeping with some high-ranking officer's son. God, I love that dirty, dirty whore. Next time you see her, swat her on the ass for me. No, I refuse to do that. I'm your superior officer. I command you to do that. And if a finger or two slips in there, you let it happen. In where? Wouldn't you like to know? That bitch tornado is headed your way. What did you just say? Gotta go. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything. Well, it sounds like you said something. No.
There's a pile of fun things in there.
Asphyxiate yourself in a closet
Yep.
this weekend.
It was one time and I only came close.
Oh, you came all right.
God, I love you.
What the hell just happened there?
I don't know, but I love it. I love that I can find this stuff.
I know what that was. That was the parody of...
Hold on. Shh. Enjoy this.
You guys, I am so sorry I didn't believe you. The Chupacabra is real. Not only that, the government's covering it up. The internet says so. I kept reading and I learned hella other true shit too. The Wonderbolts are spraying chemicals in the atmosphere. Celestia and Luna are actually lizard ponies.
CMC, I think it was from Code Geass's Abridged.
I don't doubt that. Yeah.
Look, little country. Not something you get here in Canterlot. I'll show you something worthy of Canterlot.
Knew it. I knew it.
What? Again.
Oh, that old meme.
Cereal again.
Cockroaches!
Alright, now enough of the silliness. Let's have something more enjoyable and down to earth.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Not for something not quite.
How far have I fallen? How long till it's over? Days will shuffle past my door, much like the day before. Gone now, my tomorrow, so fast. My tomorrow's gone. The world I left behind lives only in my mind. The golden sun was warmer then, and night would fall much softer. My heart and I remember when the road would rise to bluer skies. Above the moon, a star would shine to homeward guide him to me with kisses sweet as summer wine. Back when the world was mine, nights of shimmering sensations, days of easy carefree smiles, dreams and quiet conversations. I close my eyes and see for miles. The world was so much younger then, and burned with hearts on fire. These memories return again, like gathered embers. So love remembers back when the world was mine.
I feel so stupidly old now, in so many ways.
What, the fact that this has been going on for so long, or the fact that you know the Count of Monte Cristo?
No, the fact that I can relate to that song on too many levels.
We all felt it, man. We all felt it.
I
Was it
felt
back
all
when
the above.
when the world was yours? Maybe. No. All right, so let's just.
Uh,
Whoa!
back-
Hold up! This requires subtitles. Make sure you have your subtitles on, or this will make no sense.
Wait.
Okay.
Before you continue, I need to go. So. Okay, later.
You got a quick shout out before you go?
Yes. Shout out to Midder Pony Fair that's going to be coming up in May. So mark that on your calendars. It's coming. So yeah.
Are we gonna do something about you throwing up trains constantly?
Oh.
More
Okay.
trains.
Yeah, basically more trains. The solution to my mobile train addiction has been add more trains, and I think it's working because I have more trains, and I must be doing something right.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Sounds like a plan to me.
Tier 2.
Boy,
All right, have a good night, Cole. And here we go. Celestia does a healthy dance. Turn on your subs, or you will not understand it.
Okay, let's do this.
By the way, if you're wondering why the audio keeps shifting left and right, it's supposed to.
Well, this is
I can
clearly
understand that. I'm wondering why is it so much heavier in the left?
I'm not
I
thinking
have
about
no
that
idea.
part.
because it's actually getting up to, if you use usual meter bars of green, yellow, red, the right is staying in green, the left is actually getting up to yellow, red. It's getting too high. Either that or my ears are off right now. And I don't think my ears are that plugged right now.
Everything about this hurts my brain.
But also what's annoying is that the shifting is... It's giving an audio pop.
Yeah.
It's not clean.
Also, we all know this is the can-can.
The who?
The can-can song.
Anyway. Alright, here is...
Included after 30 seconds.
Alright, here's something fun. Friendship Bound, with no music, just vocals and sound effects.
We're off on the road.
I don't know why I found this so stupidly hilarious.
They all made the music up in their heads.
True.
I still love that while watching this episode, that lyric comes up. It's like, road trips are a great way to get along, we've been told. You've been lied to.
No! You will kill each other by the end of a road trip. Of course, I think Trixie needs to explain her giant inflatable friend there.
I still wonder why they didn't put a fire protection spell up.
Actually, it kind of makes me wonder about voice actors. Do they usually have the song to listen to when they sing it, or are they actually having to sing like this?
Both. It really does depend on how far in advance you go.
But that's gotta be kind of difficult, isn't it?
Some do it like the first option, or some do it like the option B.
Well, here's the thing. I believe the musician already has the melody down, so that's what they're singing to. Then you can just follow that melody and have instrumentals add.
Yeah, that might just be having the melody playing in their ear and they're keeping to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just piano, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well, also, remember, you know how Another One Bites the Dust goes by just hearing the do, do, do.
Alright, so here, who wants to hear some life lessons? Too bad, we're gonna hear it anyway.
Ah!
So we got Dr. Wolf, a moment with Dr. Wolf, talking about when you're ready for a big decision. Unfortunately, Dr. Wolf is the worst Mega Man we have ever seen.
Give him time, he'll come into his own.
I also love the fact that he's willing to have different formats of...
Formats of videos, well, that gives him variety and
bump the volume up on the
adjustable.
Yeah, I'll bump it up here too.
Well, but there's a big thing we wanted to talk about, and we felt like we needed a third party for it.
Dr. Wolf, you got a speed run! Speed run!
It makes him more versatile.
No. Here's the thing.
You've talked before about how
Okay, it is kind of funny you got the Gilda there kind of hiding behind the bookshelf a bit.
It's either Gilda or Silva. I don't know which.
How did I know I was ready?
It's got to be. I don't know. I mean,
it could be silver because I don't see the purple eyeshadow.
But I mean, I see that little blue at the top on the corners there. Oh, and now we can't.
368 huge life decisions all at one time when I made them, and why I thought I was ready.
This is especially challenging for
Speedrun intervention. Okay, who do we gotta intervene on and either convince them? Are we convincing to speedrun or convincing them to stop speedrunning? All right, turning it up a bit. Turning it up a bit more.
Stop speedrunning and just enjoy the journey.
But I think a part of me also feels that we may have jumped into the
still feels
deep
too
end
soft,
when
you can always
we
just
thought
click on
we
the
were ready.
captions.
And just to ease mind, we're not even considering breaking up.
Yeah.
It is very much
Oh, it's back into view and it's a little bit of blue.
Yeah, so I think it might be Gilda.
No, because if you look at Ari's eyes, whenever she closes them, there's a little bit of blue there as well.
Yeah.
Her eyes look like one giant cyclops eye.
Even in the early days of marriage, it is important.
Maybe they try to go in for glasses too.
Circuit, no more speedrun videos. No! Okay, fine.
And to be honest,
thank you, Bailey.
Besides, I'm trying to take a look at the was it Simple's SMR things or
you've made a significant decision.
Thank you, Commander. I wasn't looking at the thing.
Whether you had really thought things all the way through, or if you might have missed out on a different opportunity. I'd like to tell you that such feelings subside over time, but when
I do gotta give them a little credit. They're actually using video game music for this. By the way, bonus points to anyone who can guess what game this is from. Extra points if you can guess what point of the game you hear this.
I can't hear it enough to take a guess.
I half want to say Zelda, but it could also be Final Fantasy.
You gotta be a little more specific than that.
You too? I was thinking that as well.
So I'm close.
No, it just means you gotta be more specific. You say Zelda or Final Fantasy, you're covering like 15 different games. More if you count expansions.
The bridge of her glasses is on her nose. They try to get her glasses in too.
But for the most part, we can clear it up.
Alright, turning it up as high as I can.
It seems like we have issues more often than we did when we were long distance, but they're over faster, if that makes sense. And they don't happen every day, of course, but they happen. And we both feel awful afterwards when they do come up.
We don't like hurting each other. In fact, I think all of our fights have either been a misunderstanding or just stemming from trying to do something nice for the other person. You know how it is, Doc. Our faith demands that we always improve and grow as people. And we have, but we're unsure when or where the goal line is, so to speak.
Is this
the line
cave
where
story?
we've overcome the latest tribulation or trial and can move on to the next one.
Well, hurt feelings over misunderstandings are certainly commonplace, but I don't think that's what you really need to discuss at the moment.
Thinking the church?
Rather, you're concerned that such angry or hurtful moments will continue.
Well, actually, that would work considering that they're both Christians and they are
know that you two are doing your best not to fall asleep at night before doing your utmost in resolving.
Crap, now I'm not sure anymore.
That's a very effective step in keeping.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a Final Fantasy, but I thought it was Final Fantasy 6 and Terra's theme, but now I'm thinking I might be wrong.
I don't know 6.
Neither do I.
I mean, 6 is Josh's favorite video game.
Which
I mean,
turn can
Kefka.
cause many of us to seek more
Yeah,
immediate answers.
yeah, he
or
often
find a quick
references
fix.
that character a lot.
I know that the two of you
credits
have
of
made
his
great
videos.
strides in making time for each other. I've no doubt about that. Quiet study together, acts of service for each other, and as you've mentioned already today, communicating about your deepest feelings even when you're worried it might cause a stir. But take it from someone who's had several more years' experience in marriage. It is going to get harder. It is going to feel overwhelming more often.
And you are going to punch each other in the face.
Against everything
you're not too far off.
And that's kind of the point in a way. That because you have to sacrifice more than you've ever had to at any other time
Without conflict,
in your life,
there cannot be marriage.
it's going to mean so much more to your well-being.
Without love,
You
there
asked me how
cannot
to
be a
determine
marriage.
when or where the goal line is, so to speak. How you can have a better plan in place to overcome those worrisome struggles before they can break you down. Honestly, plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. Any plans you put in place are more often than not going to turn out in unexpected ways. However, the constant act of planning, especially planning together, is what's going to better prepare you for the future rather than the plan itself. You worry that these early spats and the occasional
That's interesting.
fights in your marriage are going to spiral out
Basically.
of control someday.
Yeah, planning is pointless, but you should
Because
plan
worry
anyway.
about hurting each other, and yet each of you also want to feel
Doesn't
understood.
hurt to be prepared.
And
Yeah.
you will continue to feel awful afterwards. But
President
maybe I'm
Eisenhower,
putting a
really?
little
He quoted
too
him?
much in your
Huh.
laps a bit too
Who
quickly.
would have guessed?
You're still in the early stages of your journey in life together. Does any of this strike a chord with you, though?
Oh, definitely. It is nice to hear that we aren't abnormal.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be famous. Leave me alone,
I
chap.
do worry that it indicates that even more people than us weren't ready either.
That might be out of your hands now,
just
boss
don't realize
man.
it. I worry
I
that our
deleted
issues
it.
indicate a lack of forethought, or just that we weren't supposed to get married yet. But I could be overreacting because that's what I do. We just expect people to be ready for things without even knowing 100% what that even feels like or looks like. Couples who've been dating for a decade get married and start having a plethora of new problems. A kid in high school has been working towards college for 4 years, then drops out after the first year because it was too hard. How do we determine if we weren't ready or if our issues were normal? Frustrating, but normal.
Worrying too much is one end of the spectrum. I think I'm on the other end of not worrying enough. Looking back, while I don't regret my decision, I can say with certainty that I joined the Marine Corps without thinking it all the way through. That's not to say that no one informed me of what I was getting into. My dad and my recruiters warned me plenty, but I didn't really process it at first. I guess a lot of time I worry that I don't worry enough. I've always put my trust in things that are bigger or better than me, and in my experience, nothing has ever gotten so bad.
Honestly, it's hard for me to determine. I don't think I worry too
tended to
little.
work out.
I think I worry too much on
But
things
is that
mostly.
me just coasting through life? What if I come to a big decision that needs to be made and I commit to it haphazardly without being ready to face the consequences?
I suppose it's a good thing that you two are opposites.
Damn the consequences! Full speed ahead!
As you can each draw upon each other's strengths while helping to cover each other's weaknesses.
Live like
Though I can
if you're
certainly
going to die young.
understand your fears of committing to big decisions
So
without
drink
thoroughly
ourselves stupid
considering the consequences.
every day.
I imagine your previous experience with the Marine Corps did teach you some valuable lessons about even greater decisions in the future. Back then, you were directing your own life and would
Or
only
better,
really affect yourself with the struggle.
Expression
Your greater worries
live every
nowadays reflect the
day
fact
if
that your
it's your
decisions
last.
no longer
just enjoy
only
your
affect
life.
yourself anymore.
Yeah, I guess that works.
It
Too.
shows greater maturity when you're no longer considering choices with I.
By the way, chat room, do you think that's Gilda or do you think that's Silver
we,
in the
us,
corner there?
Our. Seeing as how you're thinking about such things more often nowadays compared to when you first joined the Marines shows that you are making progress. You may feel it's
Definitely not
quite
Gilda.
enough
Really?
time,
Vaguely
but
Creepy
given
says that's
that
not
the two of
Gilda?
you
I
do
swear that's
reach to have
Gilda.
a family together someday, your fears
Well,
of
there's
inadequacy
no
of this
purple
particular
eyeshadow,
aspect
that's
of
more like
life is
blue.
understandable. And even
But it's
later,
still a dark eyeshadow.
the more someone
Oh,
else
I know
depends
now.
on
The
you,
claws are
the more
yellow,
you're
but
going
the
to feel
hooves
like
are
you might
beige.
fail in
I
some
see it
way.
now.
But at the same time, these challenges are helping you to grow, Firebrand.
Look at the talons
It
and
may
look
not
at the
be as
bottom
quickly
beat
as you'd
circuit.
like it to be, but I can tell you are improving. You
I
are
would if it
devoted,
stops panning.
You are caring, and you are capable. And when it
His
comes
hooves
to
are
your
always a bit
worrying
more
part,
beige than his
this
yellow
is helping to
talon,
temper Firebrand's tendencies
forelegs,
for quick
so-
decision making. Your kind demeanor goes a long way in
Now
keeping
pan a
both
little
of
to
you
the
stable and
left.
focused towards the future. Once again, I do admire how you two are discussing your
Okay, yeah,
previous
she is like
experience with
several
each other
different
and
purples.
committing
That's fair.
yourselves to not go to bed angry as best you can. As much as I'd like to tell you otherwise, such angry and hurtful moments will continue to grow over time. Especially when life becomes all the more stressful due to unexpected circumstances. But the more challenges you overcome, the more trust the two of you will build for each
You
other.
guys see that
You
bot
don't
as well,
need to feel
right?
alone in your
If what?
relationship struggles.
Look in Twitch
Believe
chat.
me, this does
above-
happen more
I already
often
deleted
than
the.
most of
What?
us
Did I not delete the bot? I thought I did.
and I do
Nope,
hope
it's
this
still
helps
there.
you feel more
Okay.
confident in your marriage even
bot
in the
came
midst
back
of
from the
occasional
grave.
disagreement.
We keep getting a few bots, unfortunately. Don't click on the links, guys. It's stupid.
That we should have at least lived.
Granted, I'm sure none of you are that dumb, but caution regardless.
Yeah. The
I
only
feel like
links you
either
should
way,
click
it
are
shows
ones
the lack of
posted by
maturity
us that we
necessary
can
to be a good
verify.
wife.
Well, then we're not trying to give you instant subscribers to a Twitch chat. That's kind of
It
counterproductive.
doesn't feel like it's good enough because I still wind up doing something wrong. It's frustrating, and I wonder if we should have waited longer. How do you know you're ready for such a life?
Thank you, Commander Something. Yep, he proved
How are we
it.
supposed to know? How is anyone?
At the same time, though, I've asked other people before I came in here, including my parents. They told me that this is normal. That these doubts and hardships trying to learn how to live with each other is completely natural and expected. I mean, in my mind, I trust them. My parents have been married over 30 years, so I think they know what they're talking about. My dad tells me that our marriage is barely out of its diapers, no pun intended. Though in his case, I think it is intended. I think he might be subtly hinting at something. Anyways, he also likes to say that life is a marathon and not a sprint, and it's natural to feel a little winded after the first hill. But at the same time, it's hard not to think your situation is unique, you know? That maybe we have unique circumstances, that maybe we didn't stretch, train, or hydrate enough for the run. It would be nice to get that second wind / runner's high, if you get my meaning.
I believe you will get that renewed confidence someday, Firebrand.
Just not today! Ha ha!
Yourself, Ari, which will then be followed by perhaps even.
Okay, here's a question. If you don't think it's Gilda, who do you think it is?
New trials.
In Silverquill's videos, his back hooves are always. It always has a beige color on the hook part. His talons are yellow.
Yeah, but near as I can tell, I don't think he's ever had any kind.
Foreleg is yellow. His bottom part leg is beige. At the ends.
It's honestly the eyes that are driving me the most crazy on that, though.
All the things I've learned in the past 10 years.
You just have to avert your gaze from the eyes onto his leg.
I can't. Those are such supple eyes.
It may be hard for the both of you to look at your disagreements.
The answer is within those
worries
back and
about both the
forelegs.
past as well as the future, and even the constant feeling that you're not quite ready for whatever lies ahead. But take it from one who is both in the know as well as still learning himself. It does get easier. Every day, it will get a little easier. You've got to keep yourselves devoted. Keep it up every day.
Alright, I guess I can. The only reason, well, it's a big reason though. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, one of the reasons I'm thinking that I am accepting the fact that it might be Silverquill is the fact that the other figures on that shelf were also other Brony OCs.
Fix everything in one fell swoop solution to this? Dear
It
Celestia,
went by
what
so
are we
fast
gonna
I didn't
do?
catch them all, but if there was an OC I
being
didn't
in here,
notice on
Doc.
the
This
shelf.
helps.
I just didn't notice all
Once
of
again,
them.
I agree. It gets discouraging sometimes that even though we love each other, we can't manage to not hurt each other for longer than a couple days. But we've gone through a lot of adjustments in a short period of time. I mean, moving across the country, me being sick, not being able to work, new jobs, all sorts of stuff. But I'm so very glad we have you and your lovely lady to lean on, as well as our other friends and family.
Always glad to be of service. Do let me know when the two of you might be available for another chat.
Will do. Still on for fries and burgers after the next D&D session?
Dang it, Dr. Wolf! No! Stop with the completionist!
Yes!
I forgot again, didn't I?
Am I invited?
Yes?
Then it's fine.
Until next time, then.
The first
Fare
rule
thee
of
well,
marriage:
Firebrand.
happy
do
wife,
take care,
happy
Ari.
life.
No, the first rule of marriage: feed the woman.
I thought that falls under the first rule.
It's good to be
There's
helping.
many layers.
Never got a closer look.
Yeah, you could be right vaguely, because the blue could have been intended for the eyes, but it ended up on his...
So, I looked at this
Parallel.
earlier. It doesn't actually say what the music is.
Really? I thought for sure it would.
It might also just be royalty free.
Alright then, let's go ahead and move on then. How to make Zap Apple Jam. We're gonna be skipping. Okay, you know what?
Comments.
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna be able to watch this at 7 minutes long. It's literally cooking segment on how to make Zap Apple Jam. I thought we'd just watch it for a bit and comment, but we don't even have time for that. So yeah, if you really want to make Zap Apple Jam, there's an opportunity.
Oh, the Fluttershy Young is the
Oh wait, we
giving you a nut.
Actually, we have more time than I thought. So we have a little more time than I thought here. That's my bad.
What's up, My Little Pony fans? We are back with another one of the top requested recipes, and we are so happy to bring it to you all. So thank you so much for watching, enjoying, liking, and subscribing, all that good stuff. All right, let's get into it. First things we need for Zap Apple Jam are, of course, apples. We're using Granny Smith and Honeycrisp. Peel and
oh wow, they're going sweet and sour.
With all the seeds, and then chop them up.
That's probably what I think it would do.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I have not had a Granny Smith in the longest time just because I always found the sour bite a little too much for me.
I found it quite fine.
Yeah, but I've had way too many sweet apples lately, so I think I've just boiled myself silly on that.
To a boil while stirring consistently. Allow the jam to boil for 30 minutes. Then, using a hand blender, blend the apple chunks until they're smooth. Reduce the heat to low and allow the jam to simmer for an additional 20 minutes. For the rainbow element, it's pretty simple. Rainbows have different colors, so we want different colors too. We added the jam to 6 little bowls and then colored each of them with a little bit of gel food coloring on the toothpick. Give them a good stir to blend in the color. You will need all the colors of the rainbow for the maximum.
I'm not gonna lie, it looked like the filling for apple pie and then apple sauce. I'm not seeing apple jam here yet.
This is not.
Give it a moment.
We'll get to that when jam meets the bread. Now that we have all of our colors ready, pretty simple, let's put them all together on the bread. Carefully add a stripe of each color with a knife. We wanted to showcase the vivid colors, so we didn't toast our bread so it would be brighter underneath. But, you know, you can definitely do that because
no, the bread must be toasted.
With creamy butter, topped with
freshly
made delicious Zap Apple Jam and all.
Unless it's a Zap Apple Jam and peanut butter toast, peanut butter sandwich.
So big thank you again to all of the MLP fans out there. We know you loved our original recipe, and we're really excited to bring something else here. And not to mention, next week we're going to be giving.
I wish you could make a full rainbow in the jar because
this time a more interesting take and one that really mimics what it looks like on the show.
Like that?
Enjoy, eat up, and have a blast when you make this because when you serve it, it's definitely going to turn heads and it's going to make you as hungry as ever. Ooh.
I have to admit that doesn't look so much like jam to me. It looks like apple butter.
You know, I believe that. Yeah, you know.
It's definitely way more magical in this video. It may
so thank you guys so much.
Follow us so that you can know exactly when this video comes out.
yeah,
this is one of the coolest
what they have in the
and it ties exactly
jar there is not.
So cool. We were so Amazon, Barnes &
Okay, yeah, the rest of this is
what he has there is a candle.
Yeah, the rest of it is advertising and eating the bread, so I think we can call it there.
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right, and I'm gonna make a confession here. I goofed up a bit. I thought I played the closing song last week that I had here, but I don't think I did. So yeah, we have 2 closing songs. So only one of them's going to play. We have a Die Young done by Fluttershy, or a Fluttershy cover of it. So you want to listen to that? Go ahead. But we'll be closing with Mogul Dash and her song Control that was on the Ponies at Dawn album, because we love Mogul Dash. But
Mogul Dash is awesome. He is very cool.
Yeah, but that is not what we're going to do immediately. No, we have something else we need to do immediately. And we need to immediately wrap up the show. So, of course, I'd like to thank you all for joining us once again. We had a lot of fun. And best part... There it is. There's our music. Best part, we've got several ideas for shirts, which also means we're going to have to try to trim that down a bit and come back to do some more because we enjoyed that a little too much for our own good. But we did, I'd say we had a lot of fun. I'm glad for that, first and foremost, and I'm glad I could share that fun with all of you. But let's go ahead and get some final shout-outs in, starting off with Crazy Mac Capitan.
Fires, explosions, Mufasa, venison jerky, yellowy, wrong. I don't know, I'm going crazy, and yes, there's a lot of art that are potential shirts. Go to the Picks and Gifts channel in the Discord and maybe put an emote on every post that I put if you think it would be a good shirt to maybe do.
Or if you have any thoughts, yeah, all is welcome. But thank you so much, CMC, for taking care of that for me. Alright, and on to DM21.
Thank you for coming by and have a great week.
Alright, then Tech Stallion. Okay, then to Toakoi.
Shout out to all the lovely people that have been following us today. Hey, good shout outs on Twitch to our friends Oxbury, the Stormcloud, Attempt, Commander Ruth, Cool Dude, Sarcasm, Denude, DM12, Execuum, Beat, Ice Wizard, Miss Lee, sorry, Octavia Melody, Playman64, The Only Tech Man, and me, and of course our lovely IRC translator with all the people over there, Commander and Vaguely as I see most.
Alright, and of course our eTuber, VTuber, CTuber, FGI, TTuber, our friend of the anime and other video games alike. We have Suki of the Otaku Ascended. Your shout out.
Hey everybody! First of all, get ready to go the fuck to sleep. But first, I should. What am I hearing in that back?
Oh, that's Tech.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so just a heads up for those that want to be a part of it. On Friday, I will be doing a big, like 10, 12-hour stream for my birthday on Friday. Going to attempt to play through the entirety of Headhunter for the PS2. That stream.
Oh.
Also, maybe a couple other things. Like I might have a collaboration with another VTuber that evening. It's not confirmed yet because of some scheduling stuff going on, but it might happen. And I'm considering doing a try not to laugh thing in the middle of it. But I don't know what I'm going to use for like what I do if I fail. But I'm figuring it out.
When is your start time?
12. It will start at 12 noon Eastern, 12 noon U.S. Eastern, and we'll go until like 10 p.m. or midnight. You know.
I know you could get one of those like death chips that they sell at some of the convenience stores.
Yeah, I was considering that, but I don't think I want to go with like the one chip thing because if I fail multiple times, then what the fuck am I gonna do?
Well, it's a kill switch. If you fail, you eat it, and then you have to finish going through the rest of the ones you have set up while suffering from the fiery pain.
True.
I'm sorry, I would not do any trip challenges because I'm not a masochist.
We're going to mute Toa because he's not a masochist. And let's go ahead and wrap things up for the show here. I am excited for Suki's birthday. I'm also kind of surprised how close his birthday is compared to mine. But along with that, we'd like to thank you all for joining us for another episode of The Brony Show. Stay tuned if you're watching on stream for the Coffee House After Party, or tune in an hour early for the Flag Stop, which is always a fun time with Cold Dust and his crew. Along with that, stay tuned. Keep an eye out on our Discord. Random streams have popped up constantly. Sometimes they're doing frozen races through the wilderness. Sometimes we get the random gaming stream. And we do got a couple of streamers looking to make a comeback here, so a lot of exciting things are happening. Keep an eye on our Discord. It's the best way to find out when we have streamers coming on. Unless you're subscribed to all of them, in which case that makes things easier there too. And with that, I'd like to also thank of our IRC chatters. Thank you to Commander Something and Crazy Mac Captain for keeping an eye on chat. And thank you to Clouded the Conequist, Cool Dude, Sarcasm, Fantastic Fred, Relay Serve, Techman, Textelion, Vaguely Creepy, and yay, Archivers. I almost closed the OBS there. I was going to close the wrong window. That would have been bad.
But
no, yay, Archivers, click. Just gone. Okay, but no, in any case, thank you all for joining us, and all of you archive watchers on YouTube, thank you so much for spending some time to check us out when you have free time to listen to the show and watch our shenanigans. Thank you to all of our stream watchers on YouTube, on Twitch, on Vaughn. It does mean a lot that you spend your Monday evenings with us, just trying to get the week a nice little kickstart with our shenanigans and our insanity, and that you continue to be entertained by our said insanity shenanigans. In shenanigans? Oh, well, anyway. And with that, a reminder, Mogul, we have the Sunday gaming stream. We'll be going back to No Man's Sky to try to get everybody together in the same galaxy. Along with that, I believe Mogul Dash will be on afterwards on Sunday as well, and she will be making music, playing games, and having fun. And, yeah, other streams, again, keep an eye on our Discord. Best way to find out. And if you need a link to our Discord, let us know. We'll be more than happy to supply. But with that in mind, let's go ahead and, speaking of Mogul Dash, close off with one of her wonderful songs, Control, featuring Koa, and electropop music. And with that, have a good night, everybody.
Control. Something about control. People. Some control. People.